Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day. We are doing a cute, adorable struggle bus thing today. We'll see how far along we get in terms of working on some layout stuff for the comic. But we also have a few other things we need to do, specifically address the new stuff from HEARTHSTONE. Get that booted up. Let's do this first. Alrighty. So these are the new cards from the mini set that I'm about to purchase. Purchase with gold because fuck giving Blizzard any more money than I need to. Mismatched fossils. Discover a beast and an undead and swap their stats. I mean, it'd be really funny if you... I guess they trust that it's gonna swap their stats, right? So you could potentially get a bovine, the moo cow. You could potentially get the moo cow from a hunter from this, and summon it with more than 3. Now, admittedly, you probably just want to discover a beast and undead. Swapping their stats is kind of a meh. But I don't know. I don't trust. I feel like there's something that just isn't gonna go well with that.
Fuck.
Also, discovering 2 things for 3 and swapping their stats. So, like, you discover this on turn 4, you get a, I don't know, a banshee or something, and I don't know, some giant fucking beast. And you play for 1. It's an 8/8. It's an 8/8 undead for 1 mana. Well, why is that okay? I'm not sure why that would be okay, but it just feels like a whole lot of not okay. Because the other card is a dead draw now, because it's an 8 cost 1/2. I don't see anybody caring about the dead cost, because the other player will be dead before you know, have to end up playing it. Like, I'm not sure that that's a good card. Seems a bit overpowered. If it was discover a beast and undead that costs less than 5, swap their stats? Okay, sure. There's still some iffy shit that you can make with that, but at the very least it isn't discover 1 really expensive card and discover 1 really cheap card and swap their stats. Come on now, Blizz. You're like, well, it's similar to the whatchamacallit. If you want to make it similar to the mage card that's the same, those things are cap costed at 3. The cost is capped at 3. The maximum they can be is 3. The maximum this can be is 10, 12, 15, 25. You want to have a Shirvala? Okay. Now you have an undead that costs 1 with Shirvala's stats. What? That just doesn't seem balanced at all. It does not seem well planned at all. It just seems like a really, really bad idea. And 2 classes have access to it. Yay! Obsidian Revenants. 4/6 elemental with taunt. Death Rattle. Summon 2 random Death Rattle minions that cost 3 or less. So it's the snake from Battlegrounds, only it's an elemental. I mean, at least they cost 3 or less. I mean, there could be some fun shenanigans from that, and then playing N'Zoth. And that seems like a fun card. And for 6, it's summoning two minions, and it's only a 4/6. Yeah, alright. There's some wacky shit that can pop out of that, and that's kind of fun. I like that. That's not too bad. Prosthetic hand. Oh, we're giving more power to Paladin. Magnetic Reborn can magnetize to mechs or undead. Do we really need to give paladins any more power? Just curious why we need to give paladin cards reborn. Like, here's the deal. That will make Kangor double in standard. I repeat, prosthetic hand will make Kangor double in standard, because I'm pretty sure he's a mech, isn't he? I don't like it. I don't like it. Is he a mech? I think he is, isn't he? Even so, I don't like giving paladins any more power than they already have. They do not need reborn on top of everything else they have. That's not okay. 2. Summon 2 1/1 Silverhand recruits with Death Rattle. Summon a 1/1 Frail Ghoul. That's kind of funny. I kind of appreciate that. That amuses me. And it's not too bad. That's not too bad. I mean, it's power creep, but it's not too bad. At the very least, it doesn't summon more Silverhand recruits with the Death Rattle. Lifesteal. Freeze any character damaged by your hero. That is dang strong. That is really strong, especially considering that's a 4/4 for 4 if you get it from runes. Which, I mean, who the fuck isn't playing runes right now? Or whatever the fuck it's called. The one that allows you to summon a weapon, and if you have extra corpses, it gets +1/+1. That's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah, it seems like a joke card, but that's actually quite powerful for DK. It's less so for Paladin, but Paladins have the ability to make their Silverhand recruits fucking enormous, so... Plus, the idea being, like, you know, you have, like, Devotion Aura or something in play, or Crusader Aura in play, and then you've got minions that summon more minions. That's quite powerful for Paladin. And it's better, it's good for DK, generates lots of corpses, and it's just funny to have a DK summoning fucking Silverhand recruits. I dig it, that's funny. Demon Hunter. Oh, Crab Rave. Crimson Hunter. Or, sorry, Demon Hunter with Crimson Expanse. Choose a damaged minion, summon a copy of it that goes dormant for 1 turn. I mean, I still don't see where this is going to be really powerful for Demon Hunter. Like, there's very few cards that are really vital for a Demon Hunter to want to protect like that. Because the idea is that you play a card, you use it, and then you summon a copy of that specific card to go dormant for a turn, which gives you an extra copy of it. I mean, the only cards that I can think of that would be really, really good are like a couple of the different Naga. Maybe? That's true! I should make one of those. I will make one right now. Alright, you should be able to refresh and hit the button. Alright, so, yeah, I'm not sure what that'd be used for. I'm sure someone will come up with some interesting combo or other for it, but as is, because it goes dormant, what it's going to summon on your next turn is only going to be able to do something with Rush or a passive. Or Charge, I suppose, if it has Charge. But for the most part, it's not going to do much. Sorry, I'm cleaning while I'm talking. So I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will figure out something to do with it, but to me it's a bit expensive and doesn't seem to do much, and as such I'm just kind of disinterested in it. But I feel the potential. I feel there's something there. There's something there. I just don't know what it would be. For you, there's something I wouldn't do. Alright, so, the next one is Burning Heart. Deal 2 damage to a minion if it survives, gives your hero +3 attack this turn. I mean, this is much better for in my opinion, this is much better for Warrior than it is for Demon Hunter. I mean, giving your hero +3 attack this turn, okay, but Warriors have a lot of cards that benefit from dealing damage to minions and having them not die. Whereas with Demon Hunter, your minions are either super fragile to begin with, they don't have a lot of health, so you're going to be hitting something on the other side of the screen to survive that 2 damage. And I mean, okay, so you deal a little damage, you give your hero some attack, maybe you can clear a minion, but probably you're gonna end up having to summon other minions in order to clear the minions so you can hit phase. Like, I don't know, I can see that being a core, really nice addition to Warrior, but not really filling in any good niches. Plus, it's a fire card, and right now, Demon Hunters want Fel. Because that's fire and not Fel, I don't see where it benefits Demon Hunters nearly as much as it does Warriors, who do have fire spell interaction right now. So, Shadestone Skulker, Rush, Battle Cry, take your weapon and gain its stats. Death Rattle, give it back. I kind of like that. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, it gives you back the exact same weapon you had. It's also a rogue card, which is kind of nice for rogues. But to be honest, I think it's better for rogues than it is for Demon Hunters. Because again, Demon Hunter weapons tend to be either hot garbage or way too expensive to not be hot garbage. Either way, this is more or less just a little gimmicky thing that comes in, deals some damage, dies immediately, and you get your weapon back, and you can attack with your weapon. I mean, it doesn't give you the fixed weapon, because one presumes that it preserves the whatever the original was, so... Quick pick. Love this. Excellent. This is a really, really good card for Demon Hunters. Extra card draw. It's nice and cheap. It doesn't do too much damage, unlike you know, most other cards that draw a card. So, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I like that. And it's a rogue card, too, but... to be honest, it should just be a Demon Hunter card. Like, rogues don't need more card draw. Fuck, they have so much card draw. Fel Fissure. Here's a Fel card, so this one actually works for Demon Hunters, and it's a solid Demon Hunter card. Deal 2 damage to all minions, including your own. At the start of your next turn, deal 2 more damage to all minions. And that's nice. It interacts nicely with various Fel cards. I think that right now Warlock has the ability... No, it isn't Warlock. I'm thinking about nature cards. So this is safe from shenanigans, like cross-class shenanigans, other than like Rogue potentially getting their hands on it. But that's not nearly as bad as, say, oh, I don't know, Druid getting their hands on it. Speaking of Druids, here's some overpowered cards, because I remember being mad about nearly all of these. Choose a minion. Add a copy to your hand, deck, and battlefield. Do you remember when Sathravar was a thing and was super overpowered even though he was 9 fucking mana and was only a 5/5 body? Yeah, they're allowing you to just fucking do that. And not only that, it doesn't have to be a friendly minion. Whereas with Sathravar, it had to be a friendly minion. It costs 4 less. It's a spell that doesn't require room on the board for a body. And it can target the enemy's cards. Plus, because it adds it automatically to your battlefield, you play this, you can put a Titan that the other player has and hasn't used onto your battlefield and remove their Titan with it. You know. And we're gonna give this to Priest, who already has the ability to steal so much shit, and that's so frustrating. We're giving it to Druid! Awesome! So Druid, which is really, really tough to beat right now, is just gonna be able to yoink your best minion. Just a copy of it, though. But think about it this way. This gives 2 more classes access to double Kangor. Yeah! We're gonna play this against Paladin. Paladin plays Kangor, I play Shattered Reflections. Hell, I play Tram Heist and Shattered Reflections. It's 9 mana. Tram Heist, I get a copy of Kangor. Shattered Reflections, I get 1 on my board, another 1 in my hand, and another 1 in my deck. No! 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 Anyways, this is overpowered as shit. I don't know what they were thinking. This could cost 7 mana and still be overpowered as shit. Why? Why 5 mana for something this good? And even better, let's say you're on turn 10, you've managed to make it to turn 10 somehow, against all odds, you've made it to turn 10. You can cast this twice! It's not like this is a legendary spell or anything. You cast this twice! You cast it twice, you get 2 copies of a Titan. You get 2 copies in your hand, you get 2 copies in your deck. No! That's not okay! That's not okay! Anyways. Pendant of Earth. Discover a minion from your deck, gain armor equal to its cost. So we're basically just doing a version of... There's a warrior card that does precisely this. We're giving armor to priests. That's a super bad choice. Let's not do that. And we're giving yet more armor to druids, but that's okay, because druids tend to have armor, and, I mean, they're probably going to discover some minion for their deck that is intensely expensive, so, you know, they gain 9 armor from that. And at least it doesn't discover a copy of a minion from your deck. But the other problem is, it's a nature card. Which means that this card can be played for incredibly cheap, and you can get extra copies in Druid right now because of the nature thing that they've got. And let's just put this out. Remember how Pyrotechnician is super overpowered because of Thaddeus? Yeah. Do we really want to give Druid another way of drawing Thaddeus? Really? That's something you're just aiming for? You want to make that toxic even more toxic? Draw it whenever you fucking well please? Alright, I guess. Oh, you had Thaddeus in your hand the whole fucking time? Don't worry, you can get that Pyrotechnician out. Oh, they've banned Pyrotechnician in Standard right now? Ain't banned in Wild. Anyways. Why do they never think anything through, ever? 4 with a Forge, which is really interesting. They brought the Forge mechanic back. Taunt, choose 1, discard 2 cards, or destroy one of your mana crystals. If you Forge it, which means making this cost 6, you can make it cost 6 over 2 turns. Do neither. So on turn 4, you can get a 6/8 with Taunt. For nothing. Like with no penalty. Right? Is this in line with other 4-cost cards? No. Because every other 4-cost 7/7 card has had a massive penalty attached to it. And this one, you can remove that penalty by paying for it earlier. That's not okay. And again, because this is an uncommon card, you can have 2 copies of it, which means that you can end up playing 2 of these damn things and have no penalties whatsoever. But let's say you decide to actually destroy one of your mana crystals. Well, Druids can get to max mana crystals super fast, so it's not like that's going to really be a penalty. So really, this is a 4-cost 6/8 with no penalty. No overload, no destroying the bottom cards of your deck, no, what's the other one? It can't attack unless it's been silenced. No, it can't attack unless it's the only card on the field on your side. What's the other 7/7? Oh, it's Shellfish, which allows the other player to draw 2 cards, which acts like a penalty, but on a certain level, if the other player has no cards, and they don't have other penalties in play, like, I know, due process or something, where they're really, like, if they're mana screwed, you can't really play a Shellfish, because if you do, you are giving them cards that otherwise you'd want to deny them. This has no setbacks. That's a 6/8, but it also has Taunt, unlike all of the cards I just mentioned. So, yeah. Liz Y? Holy shit. What the fuck? Anyways. Trog Gem Tosser. Finale. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy for each of your mana crystals. So, what this is... under Guff, is a 3-cost, Astalor, Final Form, and it's a common card. Now, admittedly, this is also technically a Warlock card, and technically that Warlock card isn't going to do that much damage. I'm not talking about Warlock, I'm talking about Druid. With Guff in play, which means you can have up to 20 fucking mana, you are going to deal 1 damage to a random enemy for each of your mana crystals. That's 20 damage for 3 mana. Now, admittedly, you have to do it on a finale, which means you need to spend down that entire 20 mana, but that does not take long. You save up for that. There's expensive cards in Druid that you can play in order to get you down to 3 mana. So, it's a 20-cost finisher. Or, it's a 3-cost finisher. 20 fucking damage, potentially to face. Because you've had to play a whole bunch of other cards, so you're gonna clear as much of the board as possible in order to play this. Like, no, Liz. No, not okay. That's not an okay card. So many of these cards are so fucking broken. Crystal Cluster. Gain 3 empty mana crystals. Any that can't fit, summon a 3/7 elemental with Taunt. So, remember how I said that it's really easy for Druid to gain lots of mana crystals? Here's yet another way for them to gain more mana crystals. And if for some reason they have to play this at max level, or they've already hit 10 mana, or they're playing Guff, they've already hit 20 mana, congratulations. This thing will summon 3/7 elementals with Taunt. Previously, for 6 mana, you were able to summon 2/7 turtles with Taunt. And that was considered quite powerful, and it did show up in quite a few decks, because it was a nice big old thing. This summons 3 of them, and they're stronger. Why is that okay? Also, this has some interactions with some of the finale stuff and some of the quick draw shit from Druid, allowing Druids to draw this card specifically and make it cheaper. So this could actually happen for 5 mana. At least it's not a nature card, so they can't make it even cheaper on top of that. But holy shit, why? Hunter! Summon a random elemental companion. Does this have the list? I assume that it's probably a play on the other companions. It's weird it doesn't have the... Usually at Hearthstone they'll have the list of whatever those extra cards are. But I'm gonna say it's probably precisely the same as the Demon Companions as the Beast Companions. One has Charge, one has Taunt, one gives your other minions +1 attack. Oh, the effects are different? Maybe we can find it down here somewhere. Oh. No, it doesn't say. That's a bit stupid, because usually they've got it listed, but nah. Where am I? Already lost. We were on Hunter. Hunter, there we go. One is spell damage +2? Oh my god, that's so overpowered. Holy shit. For 3 mana! Fuck. For 3 mana? That's gonna be so powerful for Mage. Kind of powerful for Hunter, but Hunter kind of has less, like, there's some interaction, I guess, with spells in Hunter right now. Hunter's in a weird place right now, because, like, its spells are not so great. Especially considering the only good one they had got super nerfed, so... That's probably better for Mage than Hunter, but Hunter has some niche uses. What's the other interaction that you can have with spells as a passive? Maybe it gets bigger when spells are played? Actually, that would make the most sense. It probably, like, gains attack whenever a spell is played. Can't be targeted by spells and hero powers? That's stupid. That's incredibly stupid. What the fuck? I guess it's I guess if you... that is in the niche where you discover a Hunter spell, this is your best choice because it's just gonna give you a minion to put on the field. That's a rough choice, though. Like, you'd have to have some truly shitty cards as the other Hunter spells you were picking from. Okay, well, Mantle Shaper, 5/5 for 5. It's a Elemental Naga. Barely looks like one. Costs 1 less for each spell you cast while holding this, so in other words, it is free. It is a 5/5 for 0. That's incredibly powerful for both Hunter and Mage to a certain extent. Mage more than Hunter, in my opinion. And theoretically, between Therazane and the mage card that draws and splits a minion, this could be extremely powerful. Can you imagine fucking Therazane with this shit? That'd be a free 10/10. Yeah, that's another corridor creeper, only it's cheaper. Remember how we had to get rid of poor Yagi-Poo because Yagi-Poo was way too powerful with this fucking shit? Now we're gonna have a 10/10 doing that instead. Jeez. This I've already discussed. This is way too powerful. They should have limited it to a Beast and an Undead that both cost less than 5. Having it as this allows you to get a 1 cost of one of the two, and a 10 cost of the other of the two, and end up with an incredibly powerful minion you can play for 1 fucking mana. That's really bad. Really, 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 really bad. For 3 fucking mana. Fuck you, Blizzard. Jeez, you never think things through. Obsidian Revenant. I have no problem with this. I think it's kind of fun. It's similar to other cards that have existed before. None of them were too overpowered. It's kind of like the Snaky Snake from Tier 6 Battlegrounds. I enjoy that. That's fun. That's good. I'm alright with that. And we have Shimmer Shot. Deal 1 damage, summon a random minion of that cost. Also known as, you bring spell damage, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you bring spell damage. It's an arcane spell. There's ways and ways of getting our Therazane out. Think about it this way. Therazane plus Mage. You draw and cut her in half. You can play her twice. But there's also means to cheat out elementals early, I think. Through shenanigans where, like, the next elemental you cast costs less. It's gonna be absolutely borked in Wild. It's gonna be absolutely borked in duels until they remove duels. Also, fuck you, Blizzard, for removing duels. Also, fuck you, Blizzard, for putting all of the duel shitty treasures into... They put Butch! Okay, never mind. Okay, there's too many things going on at the same time. It's hoping for a high roll, but the payoff is great. It's like complaining about Blackrock Rock or whatever the fuck it's called. The Blackrock Rock that makes all of your minions... Yeah, okay, well, you've only got a chance to do it once. You're still gonna put it in your deck because the chance to do it is good. And Therazane's even more powerful than fucking Blackrock Rock because Blackrock requires you to put expensive minions in your deck for it to have real effect. I mean, people put Emerus in their decks, and Emerus only affected the cards in your hand. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Shimmer Shot's kind of shit. I'll just say that. Shimmer Shot, that's shit. Deal 1 damage, summon a random minion of that cost. Even with your next spell gains +2 damage and, you know, the companion that adds the +2 damage, the chances that you're actually gonna get this thing to do anything other than give you 1 damage on turn 1 and a random 1-cost minion is basically 0. You're going to keep it in your hand for that turn 1 potentially removal and summoning a 1 minion. So, is this a good card? It's exactly the same thing as that fucking Hyena Shot or Mastiff Shot or whatever the fuck it was. Oh, you're optimizing Frostpunk. Well, yeah, Emerus is unplayable now. I'm just comparing it like cards that have a similar effect. Where you're talking about a really expensive card that has a really good effect, and whether or not people are willing to play it. And in my opinion, you put Therazane in an elemental deck. You do. You do, because she's overpowered as shit. Anyways. Mage, Soul Freeze. Freeze a minion and its neighbors. Deal damage to your hero equal to the number frozen. Is that overpowered for Mage? Fuck no. If you're playing a Frost Mage anyway, you probably have armor. Is that overpowered for Death Knight? I mean, you're constantly taking damage for your cards anyway. What I have a problem with is that's a 1-cost 3 freeze 3 minions. 1 cost, freeze 3. Yeah, you take a little bit of damage. Who the fuck cares? You freeze the game for 1 more fucking turn that way. That is overpowered as shit. Plus, because it's freeze a minion and its neighbors, you could potentially hit cards that are normally immune to being hurt. Because if you can target 1, you can target 3. I mean, the meta's really toxic right now. But in terms of its power, like, Therazane's power... We'll get to Therazane in a fucking second. I'm talking about this shit. Soul Freeze is overpowered as shit. Frost Nova costs 3. Frost Nova's probably only gonna freeze 3 fucking minions. The likelihood that someone's gonna have a full board that you're gonna Frost Nova is pretty low. Because most people don't play more than 3 or 4 minions at a time just in case someone's got a board clear. Because there's so many board clears now. The Soul Freeze is cheaper Frost Nova plus Rogue's King Cat. This is a Rogue thing, right? Yeah, plus rogues can cast it. I know. I'm so irritated by this. This isn't just power creep. This is overpowered as shit. That's just bad. Is it Warlock? Oh, you're right. It is purple. Oh wow. So it's support for. It's support for self-damaging Warlock. Did we really need to give that? Did we really need to give that to... Oh my god, I thought that was bad enough as a rogue thing. It's a Warlock thing, so it's Warlock slowdown. The one thing Warlock really didn't have. We've just given them some board freeze. Awesome. Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh my god, that's so bad. That's bad enough as a fucking mage card, and now it's also a Warlock card. Holy fuck. Chaos Creation. Deal 6 damage, summon a random 6-cost minion, destroy the bottom 6 cards of your deck. Which is, for a mage, awful. For mages remove their deck, fucking hilarious. For Warlock, overpowered as shit. Holy fuck, are you kidding me? A 6-cost Lulzer Skates, ha ha ha, eat your face, level of nonsense. It should just be a Warlock card. Mages cannot afford to destroy the bottom 6 cards of their deck. Are you kidding me? It may as well deal 12 damage and destroy the bottom 6 cards of my deck. Because summoning a 6-cost minion is not going to help if I've destroyed 6 of my cards. No mage will ever use that. It's literally giving another mage ability, which is the Firelands portal, to Warlock. And allowing them to do a shit ton of damage if they're playing Sludge. They're all completely unbalanced and completely broken. There's a few cards I like. I'll go over the ones that I think are fair and that I like. But so far, most of them are steps beyond power creep that don't even make sense anymore. Oh, yeah, that's true. It also does trash on Mage Discover. Elemental Companion is better for Mage than Hunter, and I stand by that. I don't think that it's a very good card for Hunter at all. It's basically there to give a Hunter ability, which is having those companions, to Mage. It's not very good. This card, also known as the 10/10 for free, is overpowered as shit, and I don't know why they think it's okay. Oh yeah, no, we haven't even hit Paladin yet. I got problems with Paladin. So many problems with Paladin. 2 of them are okay for Hunter. Like, the one that makes the spells cheaper is good. The one that gives spell damage, you'd have to build an entire deck around it. But I feel like it's more appropriate for Mage. Like, really, that card coming in forces Hunters to play Spell Hunter, which they don't have a great deal. They have some support for it right now, but not a great deal of support for it right now. So you're gonna take a weak archetype, give it a little bit more support, and it'll still not perform. Well, yeah, in Wild it'll be powerful, but if we're talking Standard, it doesn't have, like, Spell Hunter isn't a strongly supported format as far as I see it. Because the Quest Hunter is now Wild. So you can't even get that extra benefit of, like, casting spells, dealing damage, doing hero power shit. I mean, it's good in Wild, but that kind of is taking a shit archetype and giving it a tiny amount of support and being like, see, we gave Hunter some good cards. It's like, But they can't build a whole deck out of that. Like, they can't. Right now, their whole strategy is dealing a ridiculous amount of damage to face before the paladin hands them their ass. Yeah, but it'll do 11. Right? Because the set your deck to 11 is still a thing. For 3 damage. Or for 3 mana. Which gives you enough time to actually like clear their board a bit before you do anything. Because like the problem with Astalor is he costs 8. Right? You can only... Are you kidding me? It's one of the best cards in arenas right now, at least. And why wouldn't you? Because Druid has a lot of card draw right now. And Druid has a lot of, like, when you're playing Nest Matron, like, you're holding a mitt full of cards the entire time. Having 11 cards in your hand is not a problem. In fact, I saw it played the other day. What was I playing? I was playing Standard. No, 11, turn it to 11! That card, no, that card gets played. In Druid, at least. And that's previous to finale Astalor nonsense. Plus, hear me out. With 11 mana, you can play her, or you can play Astalor for 8, and have 3 mana left to play her. You can literally play both of them if you had 11 mana. Whatever happens. Well, that is a problem I have with the current Druid cards, because right now Dragon is so fucking overpowered. But I think the jankiness of having that extra room to just have a finale in, because remember, like, Druids are playing Highlander, right? Because they want their Nest Matron to work. So having like Astalor and that card in your deck, that's just 2 slots with strong cards, right? Oh, summoning word. When your turn starts, summon a copy of your highest cost minion. Well, the thing is, like, you have to think about this in terms of playing as a secret mage, which right now, Secret Mage kind of balances around copying its own minions and putting copies of your minions in, right? So aside from the usual denial cards, right now, Azurite is big, and what's it called? Mirror Image? Is it Mirror Image? It summons extra shit. So like, your risk is you attack it, try to get rid of it, and it gets copied because of mirror magic. But if you leave it up now, Summoning Ward also punishes you. So which fucking spell is it? So now you're removing their lowest cost minion to check for 1, and discovering, oh shit, it's probably Summoning Ward, and you've left the higher cost minion up. Oh, I didn't realize that Dragon Druid isn't as good as Treant. I haven't been paying attention to Druid so much as Paladin. Because Paladin is just so powerful right now. So yeah, no, there's this repeater thing happening right now with mage secrets. So I can see that being a thing. It's not even close. This is why I need to look more like this is why I need to continue to convince myself that I never want to play as Standard ever. Ever. You know, I love how they're trying to offer me the golden mini set. Bitch, I don't want the golden mini set. Don't even go there. Anyways, so Paladin. Now, confirm or deny, is Kangor a bot? Or a mech? Kangor's a mech, isn't he? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dragon Druid is like 15% popularity? Okay. Yuck. I hate playing Treant, so yuck. Yeah, Kangor's a mech, right? Do you see the problem here? You know what you really need in a Kangor deck? The ability to make Kangor come back to life. Over and 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 over and... Boy oh boy! Fun and interactive! Let's just make Kangor fucking immortal! Is he not a mech? Because I thought he was a mech. Now I gotta look it up. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not a mech. Kangor. Oh! No! But also, fuck Kangor. Yeah, he has no tribe. Even so, I don't like it. There are a couple of overpowered as shit paladin mechs anyway. Let's not give them anything else. That makes them overpowered, please. Thank you. Oh wait, it's paladin. We gotta give them more powerful shit. This I actually don't have a problem with. This one, not a problem. This actually benefits. Like I mean, there is some benefit to being able to say like, a Crusader aura out, you summon some minions, Crusader aura on the next turn, then you got some sticky minions that stay. They cost 2, they only summon 2. I could argue that he should just be removed from the fucking game. What is he supposed to be? Oh, I know what it is! Oh, he's one of the... Yeah, you know what? You could argue that he could be an elemental. He's one of the... Oh, what are they called? How would he ever be allied with the paladins, though? Because they're like chaotic evil. They're this race of dragon killers. Anyways, yeah, mining casualties. I don't have a problem with that. That seems alright. That seems like a pretty balanced card. I got no problem with that. Because at the very least, it isn't like they give them with Reborn, right? They summon a Frail Ghoul, which means you only get the benefit of being Silverhand recruits on the first hit. So, in my opinion, that's okay. Like, this is one of the very few cards where I'm like, that's alright. I mean, Paladin's silver powered as shit, but at the very least, it doesn't give them Reborn. Sir Finley the Intrepid. I haven't actually read this one before. If you've excavated twice, right, because they're giving excavation to Paladin, even though they fucking shouldn't, transform all enemy minions into 1/1 Murlocs, and of course this is shared with Shaman, because, you know, we should just give Paladin Shaman combos another buff. This is going to be incredibly toxic in duels, also fuck you. Shutterwalk, also fuck you. Fizzle, also fuck you. Anything that allows this battle cry to get played over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Yeah. It's a 3-mana Silence and Destroy. For one class that didn't need it and one class that probably could use it. Should this have just been a Shaman card? Yes. Should this have been added to Paladin? Fuck no. Fuck you. Anyways. Shroomscavate. Give minion Wind Fury and Divine Shield, excavate a treasure. Overpowered as shit. Yes. Overpowered as shit? Yes! Why? Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. Because it fills up your resurrect pool with garbage. And remember when giving a minion Wind Fury used to cost a lot more than that? And not to mention, giving a minion Wind Fury and Divine Shield and excavating a treasure. Remember when Excavate used to actually, like, make things cost stuff? Should we be giving the freeze an enemy excavate a treasure for 0 mana now? Because giving a minion Wind Fury used to cost 3. Giving a minion Divine Shield used to cost 2. Excavating a treasure, Excavate itself is supposed to cost about 2. Really? It should cost 4 at the very least. 5, ideally. Did it? I thought it cost 3. Maybe I'm just thinking of the minion that gives Divine Shield. Or the minion that gives Wind Fury. So, in other words, Wind Fury costs 2. Divine Shield costs 2. Excavate costs 2. This costs 3. No. Not okay. That is so overpowered. Holy fuck. Yeah, it should be... This should cost 5. Or just not exist. Like, here's the thing. I mean, I know they probably wouldn't want to do a choose one, but let's make it a choose one. Give me Wind Fury or Divine Shield, excavate a treasure. That's okay for 3. I can tolerate or. I could choose or. That's fine. And? No. Fossilized Kaleidosaur. Haha, they brought back the Kaleidosaur. Battle Cry. Gain 2 random bonus effects. Okay. Excavate a treasure. And it's undead. That's funny. I don't know if I hate that. I think it's kind of funny. But then again, I just have a soft spot for the Kaleidosaur. 2 random bonus effects. I wonder if this lists what they are. Nope. Oh! You know what? That would be fair, because that's a very, the Ogre, the one Ogre has that. It's like a Wind Fury Divine Shield. It's like a Lifestealer Divine Shield. So are they the adapts, or is it just some basic effects? Because Rush isn't one of the. I'm curious about that. I don't hate that. It's I have questions about it, but I don't hate it. Shadowwood Steel. This is so fucking overpowered. Fuck you, Blizzard. I will not say anything more about Shadowwood Steel other than fuck you, Blizzard. Fuck you. Especially considering, here's an idea. We choose a minion on their side of the field. We add a copy to our hand, deck, and battlefield. And then we return their copy of that minion to my hand. 10 mana. Ha 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 ha. I have 3 copies of your Titan, or I have 4 copies of your Titan, and you have 0. I will when I run across it. It's not here. I mean, it might show up here. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Win more. Win more, 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 win more. Win more. But thanks, Blizz. Because Paladin needed this. You know? The one thing Paladin didn't have nearly enough of was the ability to buff their entire hand and deck and battlefield for 4 fucking mana. The only way to beat Paladin right now is to Zerg the shit out of that Paladin before turn 5. You have to kill them before turn 5 or the game's over. It shouldn't be like that, but it is like that. And that's not okay. Hidden Gem is kind of fun. Don't entirely hate it. The only thing I hate about it is that you're giving a really amazing overheal, like card that generates overheal, to Priest, which is not great. I mean, you play it, you never attack with it, you get +2 health at the end of your turn, every turn. Sure, there's some AoE in the game, but certainly not enough to necessarily get rid of it for a while. But the problem is that with certain overheal mechanics that are still legal and standard, that literally just causes that overheal to go off every single turn. Do you love me? Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. The Sir Finley thing, but even so, like, I can't hate it though. I feel weird about the overheal mechanic and this existing. It's like they completely forgot that overheal became a fucking thing, and Hidden Gem could make some really ridiculous interactions that I could see being kind of game defining. I hesitate to say that, but it's one of those cards where I feel like there's some janky interaction, specifically with Priest. With Rogue, it's completely a non-issue. It's not even a thing. But on Priest, Hidden Gem I can see being an absolutely problematic card. And I already talked about Shadow Reflections being overpowered as shit, and Pendant of Earth being, at the very least, why do we need to give Priest armor? I mean, I guess they're underperforming right now anyway, but really? Okay. If Pyrotechnician was still in game, though, oh my god, Pendant of Earth would just make that even more unbalanced. Yeah, 3 mana, gain 20 armor. Yep, Naga Giant is a is Naga Giant still legal? I didn't think that was still a legal card. This is Voyage to the blah blah blah, right? Oh my god. Yeah. Admittedly, this is a very unpopular opinion. My opinion on this is good. Good. Thank you. Because you know the amount of times I draw that quick draw card before turn 4? Every time. I will draw every quick draw card before I can play it. So at the very least you can forge it and play it. Cost 6, it's a 4/4 body with lifesteal and deals 5 damage. Fine. Good. Admittedly, it's just a weaker version of the lifesteal dragon, but at the end of the day, being able to change quick draw to battle cry just makes my life feel better, and I don't hate it entirely. Do I think it's overpowered? There's so many things that deal 5 damage at turn 4. that you don't even need to fucking forge, that I don't even feel like that's overpowered. It does have lifesteal, but at the same time, it's a priest card. Priests aren't performing very well. But I don't care. I don't hate it. With Therazane in your deck, if you decided to somehow, for some fucking reason, decide to play a Therazane Priest Elemental deck, it's a 10-10 to deal, or it's an 8-8 that deals 5 damage when it lands. Ah? If you managed to play Therazane, I guess you deserve it. Already went over Shadestone, Skulker, and Quick Pick. Quick Pick I really like for Demon Hunter. It's kind of meh for Rogue, but, you know. Rogues have better cards than this to draw cards. So, this is really just giving a Rogue mechanic to Demon Hunters. And they needed it anyway, because Demon Hunters always need cheap draw to keep their deck flowing. So, that's fine. But I don't think it's that great for Rogues. I mean, I wouldn't put it in my deck. If I discovered this, I might be like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to draw some cards. But that's a discover effect. And I don't even think... do Rogues even have the ability to discover one of their own weapons? I think they only have the ability to discover weapons from another class, and this wouldn't count because this is considered to be a class card. Shadowward Steel's still overpowered, fuck you. Shadestone Skulker is, it's funny. It's kind of a little meme card. I don't hate it entirely. Basically lets you hit with your weapon twice. Only one of the times it has a +1/+1. Hidden Gem I don't think is overpowered for Rogue at all. In fact, I don't think it's very useful for Rogue, but it's a kind of a interesting thing that you could end up getting your hands on and being like, ah, alright, throw that on the ground, it's good. This is hot garbage, as is all of the gain a random from other classes. But with a pirate and an elemental, the pirates from other people's classes are actually not too bad. And the elementals from other people's classes vary in quality, but they're generally not too bad either. So, is this card significantly better than gain a random common, uncommon, and epic? Fuck yes. Is it cheap and therefore pretty easy to play? Yep. Would I play it? I might fool around with it. At the very least, it's from another class and it'll activate your Valorok. A nice Valorok activator, especially for cheap. I changed my mind on that halfway through, I just realized, but I was like, this sucks because it's gonna just put random shitty cards in your hand. But because they're from other classes and they're not neutral cards, because the first pirates I thought of were all the neutral pirates, which are kinda meh, but because they're from a class, that means it has to be one of the good pirates. Because those ones are all from specific classes. Like I keep on thinking the priest pirate is really good. Are they? Isn't the priest pirate really good? I seem to recall I wanted that on Rogue really badly, and I was like, why isn't this a Rogue card? Is United and Stormwind actually out of cycle now? Where is it? Are you seriously calling this priest pirate and it doesn't have the priest pirate in it? Probably be easier to do it this way. Plagiarizer. Oh, it is a road card. My money. Yeah. I say I kinda like it. That one's kind of shit. That one's kind of shit. This is the card I was thinking of. It's a priest card from United Storm, or mage card. Peace of mind. For us to be lovers, I don't want to love anybody like that. I just want to be nobody like that. Obsidian Smith is still legal, and that's actually a really good card. Let's see what standard cards are actually legal right now in terms of pirates. So Plagiarize R, which you can't get because it has to be from another class. So really, you're just gonna get pirates from... Wait. Get a random golden pirate and elemental from other classes. The only ones you can get from other classes. The only pirates you can get are from here. And it's only these pirates. Because this is standard. To get obsidian, you literally gonna get a choice of warrior pirates. Which gives you a weapon, armor, dredge, or a taunt and a sword. Holy shit! That is a good fucking card. That is overpowered as shit! Did they not think that through? That this was gonna get played in standard? Because these are the only standard, like, I've got pirate, I've got crafting, which allows me to see all the cards. There's only one other class, because the priest one is a rogue card. Like, this is considered to be a class card. You wouldn't even get Plagiarize R. All you would get is the warrior cards. Don't the sets rotate in February? Maybe March. Usually in April. Actually, April would make sense because that's when they're ending duels. So April. That's when the rotation happens. That's insane! Because it isn't 5 cards here, it's only 4. So you would literally get a choice including 2 of the really good cards. Because the only one that I think that is kind of a little weak for Rogue... Oh no, because you do always have a weapon. All these are good. All these are straight up good. Because it's a class card. That's so stupid. Did they... What in the fuck is wrong with them? I mean, the elemental being random... There's a lot of shit elementals you can get, because every fucking class has got elementals now. The Obsidian Revenant, Death Chiller, which is kind of... Well, actually, Death Chiller is not too bad. The Skulker's a class card for Rogue. That's kind of a weak card for Rogue, depending. That's not bad. Forge card. Spirit of the Tides is kind of weak for Rogue. I'd probably take the Revenant from there. And then there's all the elementals from Mage that are legal right now. Oh yeah, I forgot that Light Ray would be a terrible choice though. The Living Horizon isn't too bad depending on how many cards you got in hand. There's a couple of priest cards that aren't too bad to get either. Like the Gyre Worm, for example. There's a lot in Shaman. Menacing Nimbus wouldn't be too bad. You could get Thori Balore. But yeah, that's Fool's Gold is gonna give you a really good pirate. No matter what. That's so stupid. How did they not Actually, you're right. Thori Balore would just be a random piece of crap sitting on your field after it died the first time. Slagmaw's not great either, but depending on what you're running in your rogue deck, not that rogue decks are very good right now. Anyways, Aftershocks. Do 1 damage to all minions 3 times, costs 2 less to cast a spell last turn. This is a card that Druid can end up with, because Druid can get random nature spells right now. So for 2, you can deal 3 damage to all minions. And it'll break Divine Shields and still deal damage. Woof. You have to remember, every nature card is a druid card right now. Oh, you're right. Spell damage would affect it. Shit, who the fuck is playing this? Oh, I guess that's Warrior and Chamois. How easy is it for Shaman to get spell damage right now? Novice Zapper. This actually only makes nature spells cost less. Bioluminescence plus Aftershocks, but that requires you to keep some minions on your board for a turn, or play this really late. Plus it kills your own minions. I'm looking for things that could actually endure, but there isn't anything that'll actually like sit there and stay alive through Aftershocks, because it'll deal damage to your own minions too. Though I'm surprised. I thought there was a Shaman card that gave you spell damage, extra spell damage after your, like, on your next turn, but maybe it just makes your cards cheaper on your next turn. No, it definitely is. Makes your cards cheaper the next turn. Needle Rock Totem at the end of your turn, gain 2 armor and draw a card. I kind of like that. It combines two totems that cost 1 more, but it has a little bit less health, which you're playing totems anyway. But the fact that it heals you, quote unquote, and allows you to draw a card, really good. It gives some card draw to Warrior, which is really, really good. Yeah, it's a better mana tide, and it's also a better Healing Totem? What's the other one? One of them heals you for 4, and the other one draws a card. This only heals you for 2 and draws a card, but it costs the same amount as them, so it's 2 totems combined. Plus warriors get access to it. Fuck you. Oh, but I should be looking at spell damage that warriors can get. Never mind. They can't. Or at least they don't get any naturally. Would a warrior run Needle Rock? I fucking would. I would in a hot second. And the reason why is it's something that you can just throw down and draw more cards with. Because one of the things that I've noticed about Standard is card draw is absolutely essential. So being able to throw something down, get a little health, like even if you were at full health, and draw a card, that's 2 mana, draw a card, get 2 armor, and a body. So yeah, no, warrior would run that. They'd run that a hot second. And shaman always needs draw. Because shaman doesn't have a lot of card draw. No, I'd run that. Plus, it also does the thing where it allows you to, like, let's say you damage it, and, like, you can damage it and give it attack. Shaman has generation, not draw. Remember, there's a difference between card generation and draw, right? Sometimes that random element fucks you over. And Shaman wants to draw its own deck, and can't necessarily. Since fucking when? I always struggle with draw and Shaman. Overload. Nobody's playing that. Okay, Flash of Lightning is good. There's Needle Rock Totem. Nobody's playing that. That's a quick draw. Nobody's playing Farsight because it's too expensive. That's a shuffle effect. Thorum. Okay, you can draw with Thorum. And Prescience. Which, you can sometimes summon spirits with that. But it's a pretty expensive card to draw 2 cards. So yeah, no. My point stands. Ancestral Knowledge overloads you for 1, which can fuck up your next turn. Flash of Lightning's pretty good. But it also oh no, I guess Flash of Lightning doesn't overload you. I don't know. I've always struggled with draw in Shaman specifically. It doesn't have a lot of natural draw. It doesn't have a lot of draw and protect. Like, Warrior has draw a card, gain 5 armor. Mage has draw 2 cards for 3 without overloading you for 1. Like, the thing about Shaman is that its capabilities are strong, but each card is so individually strong that you need more cards in your hand to do all the things you want to do. The problem with Cactus Cutter is that in order to give this the +1/+2 in taunt, is you have to play it late. And if you draw something you can't play, well, you've got a 2/2 and you've drawn a spell, but you didn't get the good benefit out of it. Plus, it's a Murloc, and Murlocs right now are just kind of hot garbage. I see Flash of Lightning played fairly often, though, I suppose. I just think Ancestral... when I think of draw, I think of the totems, and I think of Ancestral Knowledge. As far as Sight's just too expensive. Like, it prepays for your card, but at the end of the day, it's 3 mana do nothing. Because if you whatever you draw, you can't play right away. It's 3 mana do nothing. That's not okay. That's like a Forge, only it's more expensive. Like... But like in reference to what classes have a lot of draw. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5, 6, 7, 8, and that has a requirement. So eight cards that draw versus 1, 2, 3, 2 that draws 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because that actually draws 2 as well. They don't have any problems drawing. Demon Hunters, all they do is draw. Druid, pages of draw. Hunter has a little limit on drawing too, but they have so much minion generation, it's not too bad. Then we have Mage, which has 3 pages of draw, and Paladin, which has, well, 2 pages of draw, but they also have a lot of minion generation. You have Priest, that has 1 page of draw, but they have humongous minion generation. You have Rogue, that has 3 pages of draw. So, yeah, there's a reason why I'm saying it's not that great. Because next to other classes, Warlock's hero power draws. That one doesn't. They intimately have draw. And then we have Warrior with 3 pages of draw. Does he draw? I don't have him, so. Oh, it draws 3 overload cards. Okay. You know what? I just never see anybody play him to draw 3 overload cards. Like a 6-cost draw 3, 5, 7 body that you'd probably be better off healing yourself with, or removing an enormous minion with. It's kind of like saying, well, Anar does that. Yeah, but who plays Anar for that cost? Like, who plays Anar and that's the one thing they choose? Because where is it? Draw cards until your hand is full. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of draw in Druid. Are you seriously going to do that over this or that? No. Yeah, there's a reason why I said that Shaman struggles with drawing cards. It's kind of one of those hallmarks of the class. So yeah, no, Needle Rock Totem is really good for Shaman, and I argue it's pretty good for Warrior too, because it's a nice cheap minion that draws cards right away. Plus it has 2 health. It doesn't have 1 health, it has 2. Which means you can hit it, like you can ping it and give it attack and stuff. It's true, it all depends on the state of the game, but I find that Shaman plays a really delicate balance between having a completely empty hand and having a hand where everything's too expensive to play because you've overloaded yourself. So it's one of those things where you have to like play around the state of the board 1 turn from now, and that results in draw being cheap draw, especially because that's only 2 mana and doesn't overload you. Plus it's a totem, so as a shaman you can also buff the fuck out of that fucker. Anyway, Sir Finley's a silence and removal that's ridiculously overpowered. Then Shroomskavate, which is way too powerful for 3 mana. And then we have the Shaman Excavate that's exclusive to Shaman. Deal 8 damage to a minion, excavate a treasure. Damn, that's gonna be fun in duels before that gets banned. 8 damage to a minion, excavate a treasure. Damn. That's gonna be fun, because this is a nature card too, which means you can cast it for cheap. I don't hate it though, because to be honest, in my opinion, that Shaman's not doing too well right now. Warlock. I have problems with this card. I have more problems with it in Druid than I do in Warlock. Because in Druid, it's really not going to hurt them to destroy one of their mana crystals, generally speaking. and which means it's 6/8 for 4 and doesn't have a penalty. Not even the forge is really a penalty. But if you end up with this in your starting hand, you forge it on turn 2 because you don't have anything to play on turn 2. Congratulations, you have a 6/8 with taunt. It's sticky, it's hard to remove, it hits like a fucking truck. Are you kidding me? So yeah, Gloomstone Guardian, I have a feeling it's gonna get bumped up to 5 mana. I have a feeling. And the reason why is enough people are just gonna choose to play to destroy one of their mana crystals without even hesitating. Like druids can do it without blinking their eye, and I'm pretty sure like the discard 2 cards. I mean, technically a warlock might be able to get away with that, but they'll probably just destroy a mana crystal for that. Of course they would. I would. There's no need to forge it, but you can forge it, and then you don't even have that penalty. This is overpowered as shit in Druid, in my opinion. I don't think it's as overpowered in Warlock, but at the same time, you know, this, you can still play this and Astalor if you've got the give yourself 11 mana. It just takes longer for a Warlock to get to that point. Chaos Creation is literally a Warlock card that they gave access to mages. Lulzer Skates, they're just giving a mage power to Warlocks. And allowing Warlocks to have a ridiculous finale, which is just insane. Soul Freeze is overpowered as shit, and I don't understand why they think that's okay. Because being able to freeze 3 minions for 1 fucking mana is ridiculous. They go deal damage to your hero equal to the number frozen. Well, they aren't hitting my face, so I'll take 3 over getting hit for 20, you know? Like, seems like a pretty decent exchange, and maybe, like, as a mage, maybe next turn I can play Alibi. Or as a Warlock, maybe next turn I can break the entire field. Giving slowdown to Warlock is overpowered as shit, and on top of that, the penalty is so minor. We have Elementium Geode. Draw a card, deal 2 damage to your hero. Good for self-pinging Warlock. Not so great for other stuff. Not sure if this is gonna be played. I wouldn't put it in my deck. Unless I was playing some sort of like... Because I don't think the quest is legal right now, right? Like, the quest isn't legal. Yeah. I don't get the point of this card. I'm literally sitting here trying to figure it out. It's like, you're literally paying, I guess it's a 2/1 body instead of pressing your hero power. And then you can do it again to draw another card. You get 2 free hero powers in a body. I don't know. Seems like garbage. I could cost 1 mana and still think it would probably be not so great. 1 mana would probably be better, but yeah. You have Warrior. Already talked about this. I have no idea what the fuck this would even do. That would be good. And you can freeze a taunt minion. I think this has a little more use for Warrior than it does for words. I think this has more use for Warrior, because Warrior tends to have damaged minions, whereas Demon Hunter has dead minions, so... You know what? That's a fair point. It is. It's a Kobold Librarian with extra draw. I guess. My issue is I'm taking 4 fucking damage, drawing cards I may not necessarily want, and I don't know, like, I don't know. The 4 damage makes me hesitate a little bit, but I mean, it's Warlock, and they do have the ability to get their health back. Imagine me shrugging, because I can't actually shrug. Yeah, exactly. Burning Heart, in my opinion, is way better for Warrior than it is for Demon Hunter. Again, this is really more of a Warrior card that they gave to because you have to let a minion survive. So think about minions that you could hit on your side of the field, because that's the only minion you want to have survive, right? Or alternatively, like, you deal 2 damage to a minion, then you've got to cast another spell to remove that minion, or you've got to sacrifice another minion to remove that minion in order to hit face, so you aren't like... Because, I mean, if you got an 8-8 with Taunt in front of you, dealing 2 damage to a minion, if it survives, you got 3 attack. You're still not getting rid of the minion, you're gonna have to kill more shit or cast more spells. I don't know, but it has a really good use in Warrior, straight up. Yeah, in Wild it'll be a staple, yeah. Like I said, if the quest was legal, that would be an amazing card for quest. Because I'd kill my own minion to do that. I'd kill my own minion in a hot fucking second to do that. Hell, I'd kill my own minion because I would be able to heal myself using that minion to do another 2 damage to myself. Like, yes, no, that's really good in Wild. I just... Right now, what's... Like, in my opinion, the Badlands deck is so tight, I hesitate to be like, oh yeah, no problem. Because if you really want to play Sludge, there's so few cards you can take that allow you to have that extra variation. Oh, I suppose that's true. You could just negate the damage with the weapon. I always forget that weapon because, like, I'm so used to playing the quest. And then we have Aftershocks, which is like Whirlwind times 3. And it's pretty good. The only problem is that I have with it is that it's a nature spell, which is super not great because it allows druids to get their hands on it. Nidorbok Totem, I would argue it's pretty good. I would keep that. Then we have a card that I really think should have been neutral, but it isn't. And I honestly don't like it. Because, like, right now, I feel like Excavate Warrior's okay. But you'd have to play, like, if you were going to play Deep Miner Brand, you wouldn't be able to play the Excavate deck properly. Or alternatively, you put only double Excavate in your entire... Yeah. You know what? Yeah, no, I agree. This card just shouldn't exist. It's not good in Warrior, it would be good in other classes, but at the end of the day, what fucking battle cries are we talking about here? And, like, you're gonna trust you're gonna get Bran out of your deck before you get overwhelmed by someone? By turn 6? Really? I mean, this allows you to play... I mean, Astalor is really good. Yep. Are you really gonna last till 8 mana? With a Highlander Warrior deck? Because Highlander Warrior's not gonna be great, even if you aim for, like, a lot of... Because this is what's legal right now. So maybe you'd play the Rift package. You only get 1 copy of each Excavate. Like, if you wanna do a proper, like, a full Highlander deck, you might take the Flunky, but you wouldn't want to play him right away because you'd be losing out on that. Shield block. Unlucky Powderman's a death rattle. Stoneskin Armorer is halfway okay. Bellowing Flames is good. Battle Pickaxe is a little iffy. The Rift, part of the Rift package. I don't know if I could make a Highlander deck. Maybe Sword Eater. Adrift. Because you'd really want to make sure that you're playing... Oh wait, you wouldn't want that one. Oh yeah, Odin's not banned in this. Where is he? Is he not legal right now? Bertolin's not legal right now? I thought he was a standard card. I guess not. I used to be solid, not falling apart. Feeling not okay. To be honest, I'm full in my heart. And a little toy for you to wind up when you're lying in bed if you know. Tired of being deployed like that. Is Valkyrie not legal right now? Oh, I don't have a copy of it. I know, I don't have a copy of it. Running in a circle, ooh, trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Running in a circle. Stuck you like glue, you keep me on. Ooh, trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Running in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck you like glue, you keep me on loop. To be sucked out, I was enough. Yeah, feels like half a century ago. Guess you keep going back after telling me off. Without even feeling sorry between goodbye and hello again. Thought we could grow again. How about no again, again, and again, and again? It's all you can't be friends, I don't even comprehend. I don't even know if it's worth putting the Badlands Brawler in there. Where I started and I'm stuck here like glue. Keep me on loose. Ooh, ooh, try to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Circle. Where I started and I'm stuck here like glue. You keep me on. I don't even know. Might not actually put the Detonation Juggernaut in there. All I am for you is a girl to keep on me. Little boy for you to wind up on your line. You know me. Where is it? There it is. I'll be running in a circle, trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Oh, where I started and I'm stuck here like glue. Keep me on loop. Ooh, woo, try to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Running in a circle. Where is he? Not to mention that this would be a double battle cry on Odin, unless they actually remove that. Yeah, Detonation Juggernaut might not work out for me. The same people, the same things. Yeah. But even so, like the double battle cry being, let's see, on Odin, maybe have Boom Boss in there. Odin's not affected by Bran. That's a positive. I don't know if I'd actually put the heavy plate in there. It's in there right now, but I don't know if I put it in there. And I'd be really severely tempted to, like, take out heavy plate and just put in another reinforced plating and then pray that I draw one of them before I play Bran. Plus, most people are gonna have Reno in this deck as well, right? Which is just a full removal. Oh, you're right, Astalor. Here, we'll put Astalor in here instead of this. I don't have him. If I did, I'd put him in here. I put him in here instead of the Badlands Brawler. Because Badlands Brawler basically here to do the exact same thing. And he costs the same, I think. But I don't have the crunchies to build him. But yeah, this is probably pretty standard. Got enough draw, so Last Stand, Training Session, Verse Riff, Anima Extractor, Astalor, Blast Charge, Flunky, Kobold Miner, the Needle Rock Totem, Obsidian Smith, because again, we're just trying to draw so much. Shield Block, Stone Skin Armor, which could potentially draw 4, Bellowing Flames, Chorus Riff, Hook Fist, Reinforced Plating, Craftsman Hammer, Detonation Juggernaut, which I'm still not sure about. I think there might be a better card than that. Lava Gorger, Fair Knight Tolvir, Bridge Riff, Burrowbuster, Disruptive Spellbreaker because fuck me. Drum Soloist, maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure about that one. Sanitize, Last Tortoise, Bran, Badlands Brawler, Throgrun, and Odin. Extractor? Extractor? Really? This is just a really good turn 2 or turn 1 play if you have the coin. No point. There's not that many good warrior cards. Like, what is warrior gonna add here that I haven't already picked up here? Actually, Obsidian Smith is a bit iffy because dredging twice just gives you the second card. Like, that's a garbage card. That's a garbage card. This is kind of a garbage card, though it could be a way to end the game. That's basically a garbage card because you want to play death rattles, not fucking spells. You could get 2 weapons out of this, but I wouldn't want to. This allows you to draw a weapon, which is okay, but makes you draw 2 weapons. Or it makes one of your weapons real big, I guess. But, like, Craftsman's Hammer isn't based on the damage. So, like, it'd be a 5/5 for 4. That's amazing. It's still only gonna give you 3 armor. Backstage Bouncer, do the same thing twice. This I'm not sure about. It's in the deck right now. Taunt gives you double armor. That just breaks your sword twice. I have this one in there. I don't think Dynamatic's very good because it might not deal any damage at all if you're playing against mechs. I don't think that's great. Maybe it might be. Last Tortoise is in there. Old Girl would die. Like, the issue is, Old Girl would die before she does her second battle cry. Because she'd attack after she did her initial gain. Flesh Shaper might work out. I was 50-50 on that one. I might take Flesh Shaper over Drum Soloist, maybe. Yep, I have Blast Tortoise. He's in here. I mean, here we could get a couple extra Naga, maybe, but it does cost 7. We're starting to get into hot diggity damn garbage levels. I mean, General Vezax, which he is in a lot of popular warrior decks right now, because I remember looking at warrior decks and they all have Vezax in them. But, I don't know. I think the Boom Boss Throgrun is way more funny and gives your deck some heavy removal from the other person's gameplay. Neutrals. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Because Armor Vendor isn't actually all that fucking important. Even with Odin, I don't think I care that much. Got Astalor in there. Projectionist might be okay, but I probably wouldn't care that much. Tryscale might be okay, but I don't think I care that much. Already got the Kobold Miner in. But the problem with Flint is you need to last until late game to make Flint worth your time. Because half the time you end up with the dragon in hand anyway. So, like, if you played him for, like, if you have 4 mana and played him, guaranteed you're not going to get a cast a second spell. So you gotta play him really, 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 really late. And then he doesn't necessarily do anything good. And even with a double battle cry, I feel like you'd still end up with 2 dragons in hand that you couldn't play. Pretty quickly. I do already have... I guess I could do, Ignis. I was thinking Ignis. Because I do have 2 forge cards in here. I don't know about school teacher. It's like, what spells would you be able to teach it that don't? Marut could be interesting. There he is. True, Marut would fill your hand with garbage. That's true. Yeah, I guess I can see that being alright. Then we have the neutral cards. We have Therazane, which I personally think is going to be a real sleeper of a card. I think that people are going to be able to get Therazane out. I think Therazane is going to be absolutely so fucking annoyingly overpowered. Especially with, like, in Shaman and in Mage. I think it's going to be an interesting deck choice. The only problem with Therazane is that it's its death rattle. Like, she gets it as a death rattle. Which one's Lorthamar? I mean, I know who he is in the game. Oh! I mean, both, ideally. she remain legal after Lorthamar exits standard? I think she will. You know, I'm thinking the benefit of Therazane is that because it's a death rattle, you can cause it to go off multiple times with various effects. Because if you play Lorthamar, you get his battle cry. That's what you get. But if you play Therazane, and as a hunter you make the death rattle go off multiple times, or as a priest you resummon her, it's true it can be silenced. But if it dies, you can bring it back, then you can make that death rattle go off a bunch of times. So there's potential for her to do stuff that Lorthamar can't necessarily do. There's some sussy baka shit I think you could probably pull off with death rattle effects. You aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. I could see some interesting stuff in Death Knight, maybe. Plus neutral minions. Well, I agree. The meta is you have to destroy your enemy by turn 5 or you've completely lost. But there's something going on here that I think is pretty interesting. And I think some people are gonna figure out a way to get her out early or for cheap. Because one of the things you can do in like, for instance, Harrowing Ox. But like this is what I'm thinking. And it's legal in Hunter as well. Just in a little, just in a little. Oh, Nathanos is legal right now. It's true. Oh, that's something. She's an elemental. This. Oh, never mind. Feasted Undead. Mmm. Feasted Undead. Giving you Thunderbringer for 1 cost, allowing you to get Therazane out. Oh yeah, you're right, never mind. Still an overpowered as fuck card. Marroot is interesting, but it's a little too random. Gyreworm is meh. Shell Spider is also meh. Stone Drake is pretty good. Can't complain. Will be overpowered as fuck in Dragon Paladin, but Dragon Paladin isn't even a thing anymore, so, you know. But on the whole, in terms of cards that I think are fair and balanced as opposed to unfair and bullshit, Obsidian Revenant, I don't have a problem with. Hunting Casualties, that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair, and so is that. These 2 cards are alright. This card is good for Warrior, but not for DK, or Demon Hunter. I think that's a bit expensive for what it does, unless you've got some spell damage. These are all overpowered as shit. That's overpowered as shit. That's crap for Hunter. This is overpowered. What you do is you try and get the one with the biggest stats on your first card, and on the second card you try and get the one that's cheapest, and then you have a really cheap, really huge minion that you can play for 1 mana. This is underpowered, but because it's underpowered, it's fine. That's fine. Overpowered, but only for Warlock. It's alright. I'm gonna say Elemental's okay. I think it benefits Mage a lot more, but this is a nice solid card. Summoning Ward, that's fine. This is a decent thing to have to guess around. The 5/5 for free, or 10/10 for ridiculously free. Overpowered. That's actually fine. That's overpowered as shit. That's overpowered as shit. This is probably fine. I don't completely hate that, but I may just have a soft spot for Kaleidosaur. Overpowered as shit. Overpowered for Overheal Priest, otherwise is fine. Overpowered as shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? Also pretty overpowered. And I'm actually fine with Glowstone Gyreworm. That's fine. That's okay, that's okay. Overpowered, not overpowered for... This is not overpowered for Rogue. This is a solid fucking card, as we discovered. There are only Warrior... you'll literally only get Golden Warrior Pirates, because that's all that's legal right now. In Standard, anyway. Aftershocks is... okay, but you're never going to be able to cast it with spell damage, which is a bit of a shame, because I thought you would be able to, but it seems like the card that I was thinking of is in Wild right now. I think this is a pretty solid card, on the whole, for both Shaman and Warrior. Overpowered as shit, overpowered as shit. This is fine. In the hands of Warlock or Druid, this is pretty overpowered, but Elemental doesn't really do very much. This is overpowered more in the hands of Druid because they can play it a hell of a lot faster, and they can also play it alongside Astalor if they have 11 mana, and they can get to 11 mana much faster. In Warlock, it's kind of eh. Chaos Creation is overpowered as shit for Warlock, but not for Mage. It's underpowered for Mage. Soul Freeze is overpowered for both of them. Elementium Geode, Solo, you changed my mind on that. That's actually pretty powerful. That's a nice solid Kobold Librarian plus. Yeah, it's Aftershocks is really good for self-damage warrior, and it's not bad if you're going to use it in conjunction with something else on Shaman. But the fact that you can't really put down any spell damage as Shaman really kind of limits its capacity. But I mean, it does 3 damage, and it breaks Divine Shields, which might be okay. I still don't know what the hell Crimson Expanse would actually do that'd be really, really good, and you'd want to actually, like, summon a copy that goes dormant for 1 turn, but maybe there's something. Someone will come up with something with it, but I think it's a little too expensive for what it does. This is good for Warrior, not so much for Demon Hunter. This is good for Warrior. This is actually probably really good for Warrior, but it's just weird. At least Odin doesn't get doubled up. Therazane is too slow, but at the same time, there's some shenanigans with Death Rattle that you could potentially do with Therazane and the Yodeler or something. Like, oh, you know what? Here. Crimson Expanse. We ping Therazane, so she gets pinged, so we can Crimson Expanse her and throw her into jail. And then, when she comes back to the next turn... Yeah, apparently Odin doesn't double. Odin no longer doubles, because people were using it in Wild to do an ungodly amount of damage. Because it used to double and then double again. Now it only does the initial double. Yeah, no, that's fine. I was very tired of facing Rattlegores that would do like 75 damage to face. Marut is just kind of too random, but I mean, he might be an interesting toss-in for, I mean, the thing is, there's no playing a fun game of Hearthstone that's super casual anymore. Because people are sweaty in every single fucking thing, so you really can't play this card. He's too expensive, he doesn't do enough, he doesn't give you good enough cards. I mean, if your deck has no duplicates, discover an elemental to summon. So it gets summoned. It's not even a battle cry. It gets summoned, and the other ones get added to your hand, which means you've got to play them. Well, at 7 mana, that's not worth it. Oh yeah. Shadow Word Steel, which needs to be removed from the game before it even entered it. Oh wait, it's here. Iridescent Gyre Worm is just Enhanso Mechano, only it's an elemental. But it happens on its Death Rattle, which is also just not great. If it happened on a Battle Cry, that'd be better, but it doesn't, so it's shit. Shield Spider. Draw a card. 3/2, draw a card. It's not that great. Also, it should be an Elemental Beast. Stone Drake. This is a pretty solid card. It'd be really good in Paladin if Paladin didn't already have so much overpowered shit. So, yeah. On the whole, things are either ridiculously underpowered, or really only benefit one of the two classes, or they're so overpowered that they should just be removed. This is one of them. Remove this from the game immediately. This could cost 8 and it would still be infuriating. The fact that you can literally cast it twice in a turn and steal 2 fucking minions at turn if you get to 10 mana is unbelievably not okay. Or alternatively, you Shattered Reflections because it's a minion instead of a friendly minion. Here's the thing that kills me. Here's the thing that fucking kills me. Remember Sathravar? The 5/5 demon that required you to choose a friendly minion to add to your hand deck in battlefields? This is any minion! For half the price! And you can have 2 of them in your deck! Instead of just 1! This was an endgame thing that, to be honest, could be fucking devastating. But it happened at endgame, at the very least! So many people played Sathravar! Sathravar was a big part of, like, Galakron decks because it allowed you to put, that fucking cretin fucking, the prep totem. Kronk's Dragonhoof. You usually would put this guy back in your hand, so you could get the Devastations. Because, like, that's fucking ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. That's okay. And that's really ridiculous. Yeah, remember Mind Control? What you could do is you could Shattered Reflections, which gives you 3 copies of that minion, including 1 in the field. And then you can Shadow Word Steal the minion that you just copied. At 10 mana. Congratulations. Not only do you get 3 copies of their really good minion, they also don't get that minion anymore. Woohoo! Was that your endgame? Seems like it. That's true. Everybody is kind of playing Highlander at the moment, but I mean, you're gonna do this after you do Reno anyway, right? Like, this is a 10 mana bullshit move. So, I mean, you have 1 copy to Shadow Reflections, 1 copy of Shadow Word Steal, but because it's Priest cards, you can generate these really easily, because Priest generates cards really well. Oh, that's true! Shadow Reflections doesn't even invalidate Highlander, because it only puts 1 copy in your hand. Though, you may have also been saying it because I said you could have 2 copies of it. But you can have multiple copies of it, because, like, discover a copy of a spell in your deck. You could get multiple copies. They're not in your deck anymore, but you've got 2 copies of that spell. You draw 2 of them, well, now you've got lots of cards! And you can Shatter Reflections off of 2 different minions, so you don't even have to worry about invalidating your Highlander. To be honest, they should have fucking given us Reno for free. If Reno was gonna be this much of a fucking air toss bullshit nonsense, make me rage, then they should never ever have let it just be random. Ew. That is the ugliest coin I've ever seen. True. At least they don't cost less. True. In my opinion, the way Reno should have worked would be to wipe the entire board. And each player could only play 1 minion for the next 2 turns. Because that would be a showdown. And that would also allow for a shift in the board. It also wouldn't be a win more situation because you're wiping your own board too. That would have been fair. Like his hero power is really good. I don't got a problem with his hero power. Anyways, so yeah, here you go. Full review. Now back to the art. And the battlegrounds. And don't worry, that picture that's up there that seems very tiny right now will get bigger when I zoom in. I'm trying a chroma key with it because, to be honest, the version of Photoshop that I have is kind of... What are you trying to offer me here? Just for me, huh? You think I play mercenaries? Here's an idea, Blizz. Why don't you give me... If you gave me a season pass to duels, I would actually probably break down and actually buy it. Mostly because I want to see Sai in a beach outfit. Silence. I find comfort in the rain. Tell me, who can I rely on? Okay, we got pirates and elementals. Okay. Oh shit, we didn't have demons! We didn't have demons! Shit, I need demons too! No! I'm gonna try it anyway. Yeah, no demons. Close. You need pirates, demons, and elementals to make this work. So stupid. I'm doing it anyway. Well, you know, the one thing that I think they should have added is just add a minion that wipes the board. If you want to add removal to these really powerful situations, recognize this anymore. Used to be my cure. I miss you when I needed you to lie. It's good to get some this was your heart. Always late at night. So here's my theory on FLURGL. So one thing you can do is create a really overpowered cycle of cards via or just have it be a 0/1 card. A 0/1 card would have worked just fine. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna do see if I can do tier 2 FLURGL. Because you can play tier 2 if this had demons though. If this had demons, it'd be so much better. At least it's got elementals and pirates, so I should be able to get my hands on the pirate elemental that gives the extra spells. Never gonna get this far. We're never gonna get this far. Trust me, trust me. Trust me, trust me.
Just let me see where I could be if destiny would take me flying. God, I'm falling. You're doing great out there. All these stars cover up by the dark. They take away. Even if you try so hard, we're never gonna get this far. We're never gonna get this far. Trust me, trust me.
Whoa, okay, Shenvala's gone completely ballistic. Awesome.
Good at this. That's a great clip. I can't wait to see this thing.
To be honest, I should get the Whelp Smuggler because it'll make the Blazing Sky Fins a little bit chonkier.
Let's play.
Veilistraz, but I don't know if he's in the game already. Veil Hearthstone. Yeah, Veilistraz. Of course, he's dead at this point in, because he blew himself up. Just one of those, you know, everyday things. Went kaboom, like you do. Yeah, fair enough. Just put him in a cowboy hat. Veilistraz... Veil has one of the singular most fun encounters that you can do in terms of the entirety of Blackrock Mountain. I have actually put an enormous amount of thought into this very particular build. It's true, and Badlands is right beside Blackrock Mountain. You could just be like Veilistraz's heart, or Veilistraz's Azurite corrupted heart, or something like that. But yeah, the original battle that you do with Veil, Red Dragons are good guys, generally speaking. There's some controversy about that now, but in terms of Veil doing his thing, when you arrive on the scene, he's like, "Oh God, why are you fucking here?" And you're like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I'm blowing the fuck up, and my magic is exploding And now you're all infected too. Shit. And then he proceeds to debuff everybody with this just absolutely ungodly debuff. Well, it's an ungodly buff and debuff. So what it's doing is it gives you infinite mana or infinite energy or infinite rage. So you can cast your spells on cooldown. Like, you can use the biggest ones you have. The issue is that whoever hits them the hardest is gonna be the biggest target, right? So you kind of have to play it a bit cool. You can't just completely fuck around and find out. It's stop giving me the booty.
It's not the strongest, but it'll fight hard.
Music turn off, brain turn off. And you have, anyways, you have 3 minutes before the buff kills you. But the thing is, he also debuffs people from time to time. He debuffs a mana user, and then he debuffs the tank, and then he debuffs a mana user, and then he debuffs a tank. And when he debuffs the mana user gains the bomb. The bomb will kill you. It starts eating your mana, and when you hit 0 mana, because it's like an ever-increasing debuff. But when it hits that level, it absolutely annihilates you. It's so fucking funny, and you blow up. And if you aren't far enough away from everybody else, you die, and that's it. And you can take out the entire raid that way. And people used to troll. What you would do is you would run into an open thing, get debuffed, and then Hearthstone back to a populated area and just nuke yourself. Face and no, we're not putting that out. I can't play this game. I'm still afraid things will say. I didn't always to my grave, and in tell yourself things will never be the same. He's so sad about it too. He's like, no, I'm sorry, every time he fucking kills somebody.
Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me.
tier 2 Murloc boy. FLURGL. Oh no, it's happening again.
You got this. You're way ahead. Hold. I cannot control myself. I beg you, mortals. Flee before I lose all sense of control. The black fire rages within my heart. I must release it. Flame, death, destruction. Cower mortals
For the wrath of Lord. No, I must fight this. Alex Straza, help
me.
I must fight it.
Nefarious' hate has made me stronger than ever before. You should have fled while you could, mortals. The fury of Blackrock courses through my veins. Forgive me, friend. Your
That's when he
death
kills you.
only adds to my failure.
Your death only adds to my failure.
In this video, we're going to be going over some of the saddest quests.
No, the saddest quest line is you don't want to hear about that. No, you don't. Don't.
Holy crap, I can hear a voice in my head!
What's up? Yeah, they would do the corrupt blood.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate! There's a gold for the trouble.
I'll do what I can. Gold in my teeth, gold in my heart.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits. I'll save these ones for later. Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me.
The corrupt when you find Veilstra's, like basically with Veilstra's, what happens is you find him and he's at one point in time you run into him in a previous dungeon and he's like, I'm a spy on behalf of the Red Dragonflight. I'm here to basically find out what's going on. I think there's like creepy experiments going on, which he's totally right about. And I want you to help me do this, but we need to crack in here. So like that's the first time you meet Veilstra's. And then the next time you see him, he's in dragon form and he's all like, "Derp, I'm gonna fucking die. This is super not great. I've been corrupted by one of these by the dark flame, which is like this super powerful power.
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
Super corrupt, super unhappy.
Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me.
Oh, the corrupt blood was after, actually. Sorry, you were talking about the plague. No, that particular boss fight came out slightly later. Funny though. Funny as fuck. I was there when that was going down. But they patched that in less than 48 hours, which was really rare back then. Like, them patching something ever, even if it was exploitable, was yeah. So yeah, tier 2 FLURGL doesn't suck entirely. I don't know if I can beat Shenvala, because Shenvala was... Yeah, tier 2 FLURGL Murgle Gurgle definitely works. But things you need to have elementals, you need to have pirates, and you need to have, ideally, demons. But you desperately need elementals and pirates to make it work. Because you need this fucker. And if you have both, then you also get access to, more battle cries to make these buddies bigger. And more, like the Celementals, which give you more Gone Fishings. Because they went and put all of the battle cry, except for the tier 5 battle cry, but they put almost all the battle cry Murlocs on tier 2. Well, I'm not gonna win. No, I'm not. Kill one of your minions. Get fucked. Get fucked. I'm dead, but get fucked anyway. The tier 2 FLURGL does work, so long as you have, The reason why you want demons is you want that tier 2 demon to protect you so you can buy that other spell that gives you +1, an extra coin. Demons, dragons, murlocs, naga, undead. Undead? Whoa, no, what? Liz! That Blizzard kicking me off the fucking game, Jesus Christ. That's my punishment. Any indie company, it's true, it's true. Can't be helped. I wonder if it's gonna reconnect me. Nope. Oh, didn't even count that game. Oh, wait, I just realized I may have gotten a message. Shit. I did get a message. Message was, it is dinner time. Red balls. Well, we started. I got distracted, but we started. Let's save that for now. I'm gonna do a quick little refresh here. We're gonna send you guys on off to enjoy some more content elsewhere. We'll be back around 10 o'clock tonight, playing games, hanging out, and doing some fun stuff. Let's head over to Mudkip Ninja, who's playing Genshin Impact, which I think he plays a lot of. We will see you guys later. Take care of yourselves, and you have a good night. Bye now.